Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. Good times with Scar here, and welcome back to the wonderful world of Hermitcraft Crafting. And we're here at Scar's Frontier Outpost, taking a look at our amazing plans for the future of our Frontier Outpost. As you can see, I've been doing some planning out here and getting things set up. So let's talk about the future. And as you can see, this little perimeter of white blocks represents where we're going to start terraforming up a giant hill with trees and wood cutting devices, which will make up the logging area of the trading post. And then right over here, we're going to have a sawmill with a little river and a wheel on the side. I think that'll look absolutely amazing. Now you might be wondering what on earth this is over here. Now this little orange square, as you can see, and then the white in the center. Now the white is railroad track, and then the surrounding area of the orange is of course the loading platform for trains coming in and out of our trading post. Now this section over here, that is going to be, just like a water tower. So I'm thinking like a Disneyland at, say, the New Orleans train station. It has the giant water tower that they pull down and fill up the tank full of water. So we're going to do that. I think that'll be absolutely amazing. Now this area right here is going to be a platform. And then on the track, of course, there's going to be a train and it's going to be loading on stuff. And I think that'll be really cool. So I think this is the official plan. One sad thing is we may have to take down the jelly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to hire Sheriff False or Builder False or whatever hat False is wearing at the moment. And we're going to have her relocate the jelly. And I think it'll be amazing. Maybe we'll make a little shrine out in the forest. You have to travel a pilgrimage, if you will. And I think that'll be amazing. All bows down to the jelly. So I think that's going to be absolutely amazing. And hopefully you guys are excited as I am to start that soon. And of course, over in this area, we decided not to take this out. This was one of our plans, like this was going to become the railroad station. But for now, I think we are going to keep this. Now let's head down into Scar's Western Trading Headquarters. And let's talk about tragedy and sadness now. And that happened earlier today. I was gathering resources for our project today. I was getting some path blocks for our project, and that is at the courthouse. We're going to do some landscaping. And Bob the Creeper Building Inspector disagreed with the choice of blocks that I was going to use, and he killed me, and I lost all of my stuff. I lost my Diamond Man suit. I lost all of my tools, swords, fly bows, all that. So I've been repairing it again, 2 hours later again. And yeah, so let's go and retrieve Diamond Man suit version 5. And there it is, my friends. The one, the only, the Diamond Man suit. Haha, this is so amazing. I love this little setup that we created. It's a little bit beat up because I did have to fly back with it. So it's not pristine, but look at this. Feel the power of the Diamond Man suit. I love it. So awesome. So now we are all set back up. We are ready to roll. And then in our next episode, we're actually going to build a tool area. So this will be our tools and our weapons and different things along those lines are going to be in this room over here. And then of course, we're going to build a passageway over to Cub's base. And then turning the corner here, I've been working on a lot of off-camera work in this area. Look at this, my friends. We have carved out this entire cavern. And look at the possibilities that can be created within this cavern. And I'd love it if you guys let me know what you guys want to see in this giant cavern of space that we can just make some absolutely amazing things revolving around the theme of the trading outpost. So in the comments, I want you guys to get busy. I want you to get the keyboard out. I want you to start typing. I want to hear your ideas. You can let me know here in the YouTube comments. Oh, of course, on Twitter. And well, my friends, now that we have our... What's going on over here? Somebody's playing a prank on me. Who has been around here, is following and sneaking about? Sheriff Falls? Who has been Oh no, all of my cats have been turned upside down. Whoever did this, there'll be retaliation. Oh, there'll be retaliation, my friends. We'll find them and we will... They turned my dog upside down. Oh my, there'll be retaliation, my friends. You guys gotta let me know who did that. All right, my friends, let's get out our flappo, let's get our elytra rolling, and let's head over to our project today. Also, because I forget things, I wanted to show you guys our incredible landscape that we created on Twitch over the weekend for Tango's right side of his base. Now, if you remember, we did this quite some time ago, so we're finally finishing up, and his design was a fantasy forest biome design. And as you can see, we kind of transition out of the mesa and into this design, and you can see how we kind of carry the theme throughout. Very, very beautiful. and then the pathway kind of transitions back to the standard mesa pathway, and this is where we worked. We put up all of these beautiful trees and plants and pathways and lighting, and this is just a faster bypass to get from the orange district to the blue district, and it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, that was super fun to put this all together on Twitch, and hopefully you joined us on Twitch and enjoyed it. Oh no, we're crash landing. We're crash landing into Iskal's wonderful base, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream. If you didn't know I live stream on the weekends. You can follow the link in the description. Follow me on over there and you can enjoy one of our live streams. And now for real, let's head over to the courthouse. And welcome back to the courthouse build here. And as you know, in our last episode, we wrapped up our interior design by building the judge's pedestal and of course, Hermit Justice up there looking absolutely marvelous. Now over in the corner here, you might have noticed that we had the glass block and the bone block. Now you guys had the choice. What one do you guys like better? Do you like the glass or do you like the bone? And overwhelmingly, the glass won. So that's something we also need to do today. We need to swap out all of the glass blocks. But before we do that, we have some landscaping to do. And I want to talk a lot about landscaping today and how it can really enhance builds and how you can really take builds to the next level. But for now, my friends, look at it. It's hideous. It's just absolutely hideous down here. Divert your eyes immediately. But anyway, my friends, let's just jump right into it. So first thing we're going to do, so we're going to start right here. We're going to start carving out this little section right there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to start cutting this out. And this will be our first walkway leading to the courthouse. Now the material I have chosen, and this is what got me killed and lost all of my supplies. So sad face scar all around. And this, excuse me down there, I'm working up here. I'm talking to the scars, we're having a good time, and you're not going to disturb that. So as you can see, we're using our clay, and I really love this design for pathways, especially when it comes to maybe industrial designs, modern houses, things of that nature. I think this is a really good clean pathway when you don't want something really natural, which we've been doing a lot of on Hermitcraft. So it's kind of fun to mix it on up and try some different things. And before we get into my thoughts on landscaping and things of that nature, I wanted to talk to you guys real quickly about lack of videos. Now you might have noticed on the channel there's been a lack of videos, unfortunately, and that's just because my health has just been a bit of a struggle lately. It's been giving me some trouble, and I'm just unfortunately not able to get as many videos as I want, and it's incredibly frustrating, and it just makes me feel like I really let you guys down, and I just want to apologize about that. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna go to Minecon. We're gonna have a great time, but just right now I'm just having just some trouble with this and that, and but I'm still getting stuff out, so that's a positive note. But yeah, there's just so many things that I want to do, and sometimes it's just gets incredibly frustrating when my health holds me back. I have so many plans for series and videos and things that I want to do, and man, it just gets you down sometimes. But then you got to look at things. You got to look at things on a bright, positive note, because it's so easy to look at negative and just bring negativity into your life. But I got to look at it positively, because when you're positive about things just somehow just seem to get a little bit better, or they work out, or you're just a little bit happier. So I was thinking, like, all right, yes, there's tons of things that I want to do. There's things that I want to do with hermits. I want, different things like that, videos and stuff. And excuse me, these guys down here are just causing some trouble. If I had TNT, I would just be dropping it all day. This is gonna be really sad. Oh, good. I was gonna say we're gonna have to rescue that cat. But like I was saying, is you got to look at it positively and just be happy that you can do what you can do. And that's usually how, at least it's a little easier to get through stuff, is when I know that, you just got to be happy that you can do what you can do. We get to do amazing things. We might not be able to get a million videos out a day, or all the series that I want to do, or all the builds, but look, I get 3 videos out a day. That's not, I mean, a week. I wish it was 3 videos a day. Wouldn't that be awesome? But yeah, it gets me down. It really does. And I don't always feel like I let you guys down, and that's what hurts the most. But we do get stuff out. We get these live streams going, and that's what hopefully you guys enjoy. And just don't think that I don't care, or that when there's not a lot of videos up, it's just me being lazy. It's just me having a hard time, but trying to get through it as best I can, so we can do awesome stuff like Minecon and TwitchCon together, and of course all of the amazing series. And yeah, and there's some amazing series coming in the future, and you guys are absolutely gonna love them. We just gotta stay positive, stay healthy, and have fun. So let me continue this pathway and I'll get you in just 1 second. And welcome back, my friends. As you can see, our lampposts have been installed and ready to roll. We've got the block on the top, which I think looks absolutely amazing. Now, this is a design I'm working on the corners of the pathways, and I think I like them. I like the tree design. They could be just a little bit taller. And then in these little corners right here, I'm thinking about some flowers. Now, I don't have any flowers on me, so we will have to see if there's a flower shop and buy some flowers. But let's start working in this corner over here. We're going to cut out that block right about there, and let's map out where our trees are going to go. So we're going to bring these trees on either side of the posts, like so. So that lines up just down the middle. There we go. And we're gonna start bringing these across here. And when you think of trees with landscaping, it's always important to try to find a very, very clever balance in between adding some gigantic trees that cover up your build, and it just kind of looks like a bunch of landscaping instead of a marvelous build. So that's kind of a really kind of fine line, is finding that balance. Now, by adding a lot of trees around a build, you can really enhance the build. And whoa, we got a little scale mistake there, my friends. There we go. So with that is you can really enhance a build, and by enhancing, if that's a very difficult word apparently to say, by enhancing the build, you can really kind of reveal and even cover up unsightly areas. So it's always amazing to try to find those areas when you're building, maybe a spot you want to kind of highlight within the build. You might want to kind of surround it with trees, maybe a blank area of the structure. You might want to put a tree there, and then it just kind of covers up some areas of the build, or, you know, highlights certain parts. So it's always kind of a fun little balance when you're looking at designing your trees within a build, is you want to create even like a reveal. So similar to something I did at Tango's, was that I tried to arrange the trees in a way that created reveals. So maybe I covered up part of the build, and as you walk through the pathways, the trees part, and you just get, wow, look at this amazing build here. That's what I use most of the time when building, is these reveals. So, you know, you see it, you get a glimpse at a distance, and then as you walk down the path, everything might come obscured, if you will. Everything gets obscured by the trees, and then you kind of walk through a corner, and then it just kind of opens up into something amazing. That's my favorite method of doing it, because I like to conceal just certain parts of things, because it just creates that really fun reveal in the end. And look at that, my friends, absolutely amazing. Now the only thing we need is some flowers. And I found the flower shop here. Now, I completely forgot about this shop. False made this shop way back at the very, very beginning of the season, and I don't know how much oh, here we go. Dyes are 32 flowers, so 16 flowers for 1 diamond. Beautiful, my friends. So okay, there we go. So let's grab that. Oh, overpaid there a little bit. And I think I'm actually gonna sell this all out. I'm actually gonna buy it all. There we go. Awesome, beautiful. And let's see, is there any other flowers that we might want? Nope, she doesn't have the ones that I need. I need the kind of white and yellow ones to kind of highlight that blue, but there we go, my friends, we've got that. Now let's head back to the courthouse. All right, so let's finish up this section right here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put these guys along here like this. There we go. And we should have just enough. Beautiful. All right, so now we got to decide where we want to put these blue flowers. I'm really considering putting them in these little spots like this surrounding this area. I think that'll look absolutely amazing and really highlight this area with some extra and much needed color. And when it comes to flowers with landscaping, I always find it to be very important to be very subtle with flowers, not to get too wild, and always remember to follow the color palette of the build. So let's just step back for a minute and look at the build here. See how all of these colors work together to create a beautiful style, how all the greens and the grays and the variations of whites and grays all kind of combine to make a really, really nice color palette. Now, if we would have thrown in some yellows or some reds, that would have just looked awful, my friends. But with this, I think it'll be really, really nice. So I'm gonna put those along there like that. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open this up. So I'm actually gonna cut out maybe some blocks here and there and just see if we can maybe just break up this pattern just ever so slightly. So I'm gonna put that right there. And then we might take this off eventually. We might actually take that off right there. And then maybe in this center part right here, what if we took out maybe 2 blocks right here, and then we just did something like, oh, excuse me, Mr. Zombie, we're very busy here creating our flowers. I'm not a huge fan of this double one right there. So what if we took that out? We actually brought this, let's cut this one here, and then we'll cut that one right there. And then that's a spacing of 2, so we could do something like, that's a bit tricky. See how it's this pattern right there? That's a bit tricky, my friends. So what if we went like this? So if we went right there, and yeah, what if we just left it like something like that? That looks amazing. And then if we did like this and there. I love it, my friends. I absolutely love it. And we'll put that right there. And look at that, my friends. I think that is absolutely amazing. So let me carry on the flowers and I'll catch you in just a minute. And look at this, my friends. Things are really coming together. As you can see, I worked on our walkway leading down, add some little pillars and of course some stairs. And let's round the corner and we can take a look at our lawn. So I've been laying out the lawn, adding flowers and plants and all sorts of wonderful things. As you can see, it's very tight along here. I would love to add some trees, but there just is not enough room. And as you can see, I would love it also if the lawn could continue all the way down, but we literally only have one block. And it's such a challenge to try to fit in the landscape and take the ideas that we have in our brain and implement them into this tiny little spot. I need more room. But anyway, my friends, as you can see, this little section right here, I've started to get down a lawn and things of that nature. And this is kind of a dead zone right here. As you can see, we have our little pedestal here with the beam going upwards. And then of course, Joe on this side is going to be building the library. What in the world? Is that a button over there? I have to push it. What does that button do? Okay, I just got super distracted, but you know, if you see a button or a lever, you just have to pull it. But anyway, let's get back to work here. So I was trying to fix up this dead zone right here because this isn't somewhere like the courthouse could have filled in or Joe couldn't really fill in this area with this kind of awkward shape. So I decided to kind of landscape it by adding some lawn, and I'm gonna do a tree right here. I think that'll look really nice. And then of course, on this area right here, I want to start adding our plants in these little niches along this section. And then all the way down, we're going to start adding some trees. And like we talked about before about adding trees and how not to obscure a build, but to enhance a build. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting trees along each of the columns. And that will help kind of draw your eye towards the courthouse instead of, you know, blocking the entire courthouse, but just have the trees kind of scattered along so it kind of brings your eye into the good spots of the build. And let's dive right in. So over here, we're gonna start putting these plants up here like this. Oh, hello. We're gonna start bringing these guys like that. So we're gonna start filling in those little corners. And you might be thinking, you know, we're kind of covering up certain areas of the detail, but like we talked about, that's okay because you can kind of get a hint of it in the back and see how it just feels like from the grass to the kind of the dirt grass or whatever that, I guess that's a dirt block grass, whatever. See how it kind of transitions upwards and just helps kind of smooth out everything. And I think it looks really nice along there. And then as you can see, we can just start filling in each one of these like so. And then we can pull those back like that. And you can choose between doing coarse dirt, and that's even potentially a good option. So what I'm gonna do now, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put these guys along there, and I'm gonna put them right there. And then this will allow me to highlight the pole going upwards with a brighter color, you know, so like a neutral kind of whites and yellows, and then having the blue on the pillar like that helps kind of highlight that. And I think that looks very, very beautiful. There we go, my friends. Oh, I'm going to continue to add these flowers and plants, and we'll start working on those trees momentarily. As you can see, I have added an additional tree on the back side over here, and I think that looks pretty good, but I might want to thicken it up ever so slightly and maybe extend it up just a little bit more. But let's start working over here. We're going to pull out our first tree and we're going to start like right about there. So I think that's a good kind of spot to start right about there. We're not overlapping too far over there, and we should overlap just a little bit into the courthouse's lawn. And I think that'll be absolutely perfect. Now the question is, like, how do we want to do this? Do we want to do another square tree that's similar to this? Now, as you can see, if you cut off these corners, it helps make it just a little bit smaller. And if you're in a tight spot, that should help a little bit, but I think we have enough room to at least attempt maybe a nice bigger square design. I would like to kind of change it up just a little bit towards the top, but I don't think it's wide enough to kind of come in and make a point at the top. So we'll see what we do once we get up a little bit higher, but I want to see if we can get up to like right about there. Now, when you build trees, try to keep it about 3/4 of the way upwards. So that's kind of where I want to do it. I don't want to do it kind of in the middle, or I don't want to, you know, go higher than the build. That would not be a good option. There we go. So I'm going to bring about 3/4 of the way up here. I'm going to cut that off. And similar to what we did on the other side, I think I'm going to go like this, but I'm going to go one block higher. Then I'm going to go on either end like that. And let's just fly on down with style. There we go, my friends. Look at that. That's exciting. I love that. That's really nice. I think that's good. So on this corner over here, we can do another one right here. And then we can do another one on this side right here. I think I'm going to start right here because if I don't like the center ones, which I'm kind of iffy on how I want to do those because this pedestal is substantially bigger than these corners right here. So let's shoot this tree upwards. And there's our 2 trees built up and ready to go. And I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to do 2 smaller trees instead of continuing that 2 giant trees on the other side in this little column, because this column is a little smaller than the others. I think it'll be perfect. We just make this one just ever so slightly smaller. I think it'll be absolutely perfect. And I think I'm going to do the little kind of star-shaped design going upwards. I think that'll look really, really, really nice. And that little block that's missing up there is driving me crazy. Like, I'm kind of set. Like, I gotta finish this. Like, this has to get done. I don't have that much longer to record, and I don't want to go and find the quartz and then scaffold up there. I'm like, I gotta get this done. The people need the videos, my friends. There we go. We're gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna fly down, and you guessed it, in style. There we go, my friends. How does that look from a distance? Let's move back here one more time, and there's the good old Zul'jin's house, of course. And yeah, that's kind of what we want. We want the 2 kind of side ones to be nice and kind of big and help kind of define it. And then in the center, they're a little smaller, but a little more detailed. I love it, my friends. Absolutely love it. Let's bring up the last tree here and we'll finish off the landscaping. And welcome back, my friends. And look at our absolutely beautiful landscape below, all ready to roll for the court battle, which will take place very, very soon here. And let's fly on inside. And hello there, Scar. And there we go, my friends. Let's take an in-depth look here at our landscape. Down below, we have our new lampposts, our custom trees built up and ready to go. Let's round the corner here. And potentially, I've been thinking about adding just a little pathway across here into the green lawns. And of course, a beautiful green lawn across here for a little park area outside of the courthouse. And let's head on our right side of the courthouse, of course. And there's our brand new trees built up and ready to go. As you can see, this line was very long all the way across, so I decided to break it up by just adding a little detail there, and of course some flowers on that side. And as you can see, look at this absolutely beautiful design. And let's pull back a little bit and see what this looks like from a distance there. And as you can see, look at those beautiful trees along there. And yeah, well, there we go, my friends. Hopefully you enjoyed today as we use so many leaves. Look at how many leaves we used today. Absolutely amazing. And see how all the landscaping has finally come together and how it really enhances the design of the build. And yeah, that's my favorite thing to do, landscaping. And there we go, my friends. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later.